Whoa, hey, what's up? Back again. Dynamic Entry here, giving you guys our continued review of Spy Family Season 1. This is going to be for episode number...
6?
6.
6?
Let's talk about it.
I think.
Alright, so this episode is the one where we're getting inside the school finally.
Getting the meat and taties.
Yeah, so if you guys have been following along with our review or the show in general... the whole thing's been leading up to him trying to invade the school and get intel from the head owner of the school, whatever. And finally, we're getting some in the school action. So last episode was kind of a filler episode, more so.
I would say so, also.
Yeah, with Frankie and the birthday, or not birthday, but the celebrating the fact of getting into school.
Mm-hmm.
So Anya is finally in school now, and it's kind of an orientation event that they're doing.
Yep.
And the first half of it is a mom and daughter story. That's what it is. Like, what happened in the first part?
Yeah, Lloyd goes to meet Handler, which I'm assuming is just like his
hot
handler. Bad.
The hot handler.
I'm assuming like his middleman between like the head base and himself.
Yeah.
So like he meets like in the middle with this person, pissed off at the money he spent on the castle rentals and everything else, and he's like, by the way, here's the rest of the bills for on your school supplies. She was like, the balls of you to give me the rest of these bills.
Yeah, it opens with them getting Anya measured for her school uniform, so that's where the more expenses come through. And Taylor was like, hey, that school is cool and all, but if you're not a honor society member, alumni, all this stuff, you're gonna get a hard time. And Anya kind of gets scared the whole time.
She's like, you can get kidnapped, you get bullied, all that shit. The usual stuff you find in those upper class type schools.
I used to hate when adults would do that, like when you were a kid, and they would just say shit around you that was scary, and you're like,
yeah,
do you not just realize I'm a child? And what you're
thank
saying
you
to me?
for traumatizing me for the rest of my fucking life.
Yeah, and I would be worried about anything that you said to me, if I go, yeah. So if you're an adult around a child, be mindful, okay? You can really just
they will remember that shit, forever,
and fuck them up completely. And that's what happened in Anya this whole episode. She was kind of worried about getting kidnapped
the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she knows she's got a badass spy and a badass assassin for parents, but yet you're still afraid of being kidnapped. But I guess you got to play the role. Yeah. So if she's playing the role, you're doing a fantastic job on you.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, she gets measured, and then Lloyd's like, "Damn, that's a lot of money. I didn't realize." Oh well. So then that's when he gave the bills to the handler, and she was like, "Okay, wow, ballsy of you to give me more shit on top of the cost that you've already getting." I'm assuming, she is the mission handler, gives him his missions, and also handles the billing, I'm assuming.
I think so, because then that way it's there's no, because the whole spy thing, it's they could tap my comms and stuff like that, so it keeps, him separate from his home base, I feel like. So that's probably why she's there.
I like
the whole...
The photo booth thing?
Yeah, I was going to say, I like the meal thing, where he's like, here's a potato potage with the pow-pow sauce, and he's like, okay, he's like, Cypher P, got it, and then it's the fucking his file details are all spelled out on his food. He's like, I wish they would stop doing this. It's so unsettling.
It's so unsanitary. Let's go out to eat. So so basically he tells. So going back from that, they get home and he's like, hey, I gotta go and do my job or whatever. So you guys can have the day to yourselves, do whatever you want. I won't be home till late. So that kind of sets up the scene for Yor and Anya to have an outing together.
Mother daughter outing. They pick up the school uniform, and Anya's like, I want to show everybody how cute I am in my uniform. Let's go. And Yor's like, sure, let's do it. Because even inside the Taylor, she was like, am I cute? And Yor's like, you're so cute. Oh my God, you're so cute. And the lady's like, can you just go?
Get the hell out of here.
It's all you're doing. Just get out.
And so she goes, and then they go to a park, and she's walking around literally introducing herself and saying, hey, look how cute I am.
So much for not being scared of being kidnapped. And she's going up to everybody in the park.
Completely forgot that she was worried about that 5 days ago. So then as Yor is watching her do this, she's kind of looking around at all the other people, and some other parents come up and they're like, oh, your kid's so cute. And then the words...
And she's going to eat him, wow.
Yeah, the words of Mr. Bitch, what's his name? Oh, what do we call him?
Swine.
Mr. Swine. Mr. Swine, a.k.a.
Swine, a.k.a. bitch.
His words echo in Yor's ears, and she realizes, oh, you're not her mom or whatever, but she's still kind of reflecting on that,
you
your I'm not her mom.
Better.
Yeah, but I gotta be a better mom, kind of. So this whole, seeing families together in the park kind of gets to her. She's like, oh, yeah, she is my daughter, though, at the end of the day. I have to really...
This may be fake, but I need to be a better mom to her.
Yeah. So then she tells Anya, hey, let's go shop or whatever. I'm gonna make dinner tonight because Lloyd's not gonna be home. So that sets up for the next scene where Anya's walking around being a child and nonchalantly is like, oh, I'm gonna go outside. Leave me alone. I'm gonna go and explore.
So, I'm bored. I'm going outside.
And that's when she gets almost kidnapped by these hoodlums.
Who just so happened to be sitting outside because they spotted them before Yor and Anya went into the store. And they were like, well, she goes to Eden. They're like, well, that lady doesn't look rich. It's probably just a maid. He's like, we need some money. So they go and scope out.
And the plan was to kidnap Anya and hold her hostage for money because they assumed Yor had money.
Had money because she goes to Eden, and that means she's got rich parents, and rich parents don't go shopping, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we get it.
So then Yor obviously discovers this and beats the fuck out of one kid and is like, hey, y'all better back up before you end up like him.
Woo.
That was cool to see that. I thought she was going to finally like do some shit.
As soon as they grabbed her, I was like, you're dead.
Yeah.
You're all dead. Like, I don't think you understand. Like,
I honestly thought that Anya was gonna like lose control and do like some sort of like psychic blast, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna get some like
I like that.
Powers.
Maybe she's got some mental powers going on.
She's got it right because she has telepathy, but I mean, I guess telepathy is not really telekinesis, so it doesn't necessarily always have to be.
And she can't like project her own thoughts out yet. But I was like, who knows? Maybe that's pretty sick. I didn't think about that. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
I knew Yor was about to come in. I knew Yor was about to come in though.
That might be the. Yeah, so telepathy, I guess that would be like the heightened version of it would be you being able to push thoughts into people's
telekinesis,
minds.
I guess, or like
no, because it's two different things.
That's what I'm saying.
That's my thinking is that she won't necessarily have telekinesis because she's a telepath. So I think her strongest power would be just like giving you thoughts or like you kill yourself or whatever. So I guess that's like the high power. So maybe she won't even get telekinesis. Yeah, exactly. She'll tell people to shit themselves and they will. So, but yeah, that was my thought. I thought that she was gonna like flip out, but then it was cool to see Yor come to the rescue, and I thought for sure she was gonna beat some ass.
I thought she was gonna kill them, but she was like, "That is my." She did. She hit one of them.
Yeah.
And the other one, she just like fucking knife hand the pumpkin next to his head, and he was like, she just chopped that shit with her bare hands.
Let's get out of here, guys.
And she's like, "That's my daughter. I'm her mother. Get the fuck out of here." And then they dip.
Yep. And Anya sees this and like, "Wow, mom, you're really cool." And that kind of made Yor feel happy because Yor was like, I'm a bad parent. I let you get kidnapped almost. And she's like, no, you're a cool mom.
She's like, you're cool. She's
like,
train me.
Yeah. And so Anya wants to get trained, which sets up the next part of it is that Anya's training arc begins. She's learning some sort of just basic like
martial arts stuff. Yeah. Just straight punches.
And Lloyd comes home and he's like, what is going on here?
He's like, mom's training me to kill.
And Lloyd sees no problem with this, I guess. And again, doesn't ask questions.
Nope.
Nothing. How does Yor know fucking
martial arts?
Whatever, that's fine. So yeah, that sets up the next, I guess, big thing that we get. So finally, after all that, we get inside the school, and Lloyd got his mission. He's like, hey, you need to get Anya to become an honor student.
An Imperial Scholar, which we find out from the handler, is only achievable through excellent grades and 8, Stellar Stars, I believe they're called.
Yeah.
Something like that. 8 Stellar Stars. Stellar Stars, that's what they're called. Little stars. Sure. 8 of them things.
So you need 8 of those to get into become an Imperial Scholar, and then if you get bad marks against you,
you get 8 Tonitrus bolts, and that is immediate expulsion.
It's like lightning bolts. They were cool. I think those look cooler than the
I
stars.
did too. I was like, that's way cooler.
Yeah,
I was kind of want the bolts, but you know.
So Lloyd, he's like, Lloyd's like, hey, you got to get those. He didn't tell her directly, but he knows like the mission is to get her to get those. And if she gets that, she gets to become part of the Imperial Scholars, who often meet up, like all the parents and teachers.
It's the only social gathering the big bad man, Mr. Desmond Damian, whatever his name is himself, goes to. Which is the whole point of the mission, to find this man.
And get close to him. So that's Lloyd's mission now, is to get Anya to become a scholar.
But he knows, because as at one point Anya reads his mind, is damn near impossible, because he's like, I have to make her an honor student. He's like, nope, that plan's out the window.
Yeah, she's just already such a bad... She's not a bad girl, but she's just not doing what she needs to do. And so he's like, okay, cool. More of the mission is not in my hands. He's like, I can only do so much.
He's like, don't worry though, I got a plan B.
Plan B is to have Anya become friends with the new character we get introduced to during the orientation segment of everybody finding what teacher will be their headmaster. And Anya's in the class, we find out, with Desmond's son.
Lloyd pulled some strings.
Yeah.
Got him in the class. He only wanted him in the class, but yeah, with the big bad man's son, Desmond, I think his name is.
No, his last name. All their last names are Desmond, I believe. So it's Damian, I think.
Damian. Yeah. So Damian.
Desmond.
I was obviously a tool right out the gate.
Yeah.
Punk ass.
He walks in like, that's Lord Damian to you, sir, as they're introducing him.
Oh yeah, in his mind, he's thinking about it, and then
evil. He reminds me of SELIM. I don't know if you ever watched or finished Assassin's Creed Cheese. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. SELIM is like the child in there. He's like the president's son.
Oh yeah,
but
okay.
he's like evil, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he looks like. His character is.
I thought he looked familiar somehow. I was like, where have I seen this fucking kid before?
Yeah, he reminds me of that, and I know this guy's gonna be a big deal, I guess, because like I've seen the manga covers, and he's like one of the main covers.
Mm-hmm.
Is a little boy. He looks evil.
I see a lot of I do see a lot of him around too, like all the stuff that I see on social medias and stuff like that.
I thought it was gonna be like another son that they were gonna adopt, and I was like, oh, he looks evil.
Oh god.
So maybe they get like an evil son. I'm like, damn, they're gonna have more, family members, and it's gonna be an evil one. So yeah, we get introduced to Damian, who is the son, and he's a dick. Right away, he sees Anya. Anya stares at him, reads his mind, and she's like, oh, I need to become your friend. And he's like, oh, so you want me?
He's like, oh, you think I'm cute, huh? And then she's like, ugh, and then she like walks away. She's like, playing hard to get, huh?
And then we find out more students who belong into Anya's class are all big wigs.
Yeah, you got like military contractor's kid. You got like vice president of the parliament's kid. You got Damian. Yeah. So he's like, there's so much intel in this class. He's like, this just escalated.
This is crazy.
I have so much intel in this class now. He's like, I need you to be all their friends.
Mm-hmm. And then they go on an orientation walk of the school, and that's when the big like conflict of the episode happens, where Damian starts to try to bully Anya, and Anya reflects back on her training, and her mom's like, hey, people are bullying you, it's fine, but don't let them cross the line, basically.
Keep your smile on, keep your emotions in check. So she just instant goes that smirk face. The faces they put on Anna this whole episode, fantastic.
I saw someone get a tattoo of that face, and they put head next to it, and I was like, wow, already? Like, that quick, you guys got that tattoo.
But it was pretty great. It was like the whole... And he's just getting pissed off because she's just like unaffected by your bullying. Well, on the surface, unaffected by his bullying, while underneath the entire time her rage boils.
It's like, Mom, you fucking lied to me. Smiling does not help at all.
She's like, this is not helping. And eventually it does boil over because they... while she's walking with her new little friend Becky, I think her name is, the daughter of the military contractor or whatever. Mm-hmm. Him and his little gang, he's got two little ugly, but those boys are ugly. Yeah. Those little things, like they just didn't, I know they're side characters, but good lord, those kids need bags on their head. Oh my god.
It reminds me of like Malfoy, basically Malfoy.
Yeah, Crabbe and Goyle.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Damn,
absolutely.
Goyle.
They're so ugly.
Boy Goyle.
Goyle.
Yeah. So that's what it reminds me of. I'm like,
Crabbe and Goyle.
Especially because like the setting of the school.
The school is nicer, yeah. It's like you got the rich, fancy kid, looks good, and then you got the two fucking goons in the bag. But anyways, so the goons obviously acting like goons, and they, brush past Anya's friend, step on her foot, and all that stuff. And then they start asking like, "Oh, what does your dad do?" to Anya, trying to get under her skin, asking all the questions.
She almost snitched again.
He's a feelings doctor. You really gotta find out something else. You gotta find different words to Anya.
I know. A specialist in the mind or something.
A mind specialist, yeah. So they're like, oh, well, he's a nobody then. They're like, well, maybe your feelings doctor could fix you later when you start crying. And they just keep going. And
this is something about her mom, too, I think. And it makes her mad again.
Yeah, it's like, I don't remember what it was. I just remember that's what set her off. So she's like, oh, your daddy can make you stop crying later. And then you see the fire in her eye. And she, the best part, she goes, peeks back. She's like, oh, teacher's not watching. Yeah. Fucking reels up the biggest right hook I've ever seen. Punches that kid Damian clear across the room into the fucking wall.
Right away starts crying.
He was like, he had no idea what just happened.
Why'd you do that?
You just punched me?
The two goons are like, why'd you punch her? You even looked at the teacher to like make sure he wasn't paying attention.
She's like, prove it. Oh yeah, because he throws the paper at the back of her head too. That's what it was. Mm. He throws the paper back of Anya's head, and Becky, her little friend's like, don't be throwing papers. And he's like, you don't have any proof that I did that. So Anya retorts back and punches him.
Face.
He's like, do you have any proof that I did it? And he kind of does, because there's a big red fucking fist mark on his face. They're like, your imprint's on his face.
That's so funny. your fist literally is on his face. That was cool. Very satisfying to see her fight back so soon. I thought it was going to be more of like him just bullying her throughout like more episodes. So glad to see
the big punch. Her killer punch, as she calls it.
Yeah, glad to see the bully got his ass beat first episode.
And then Mr. Elegant, of course, coming in hot once again. Yeah. Save the day, because you come to find out, of course, after all that goes down, they have like a meetup with the parents and the students. Anya's not there because she's in trouble. She's in the office.
She got one lightning bolt.
Yep.
She was supposed to get three because violent,
acts of violence are 3 Tyrannosaurus bolts instantly, but Mr. Elegant himself
got it down
pulled some strings
because she said that she was defending her friend.
Yes,
which seemed honorable to Mr. Elegant, man. He's like, wow,
that's so elegant of you.
You defended him. So yeah, so Anya got her first bolt, punched the main target's son all on the first day before even starting school, and Lloyd freaks out.
Lloyd has anxiety, which he was like, my old friend, anxiety.
Here we go.
And then, of course, wraps all up with the picture at the end, which is like, hey, family on the right there, smile. And it's just, Yours got her face in her hands, Lloyd is just dread, and Anya's just like, done.
Done even there. Yeah,
so good.
First day of school, way to go, Anya. You're already making your mark. First day.
One bolt, a negative 100 on the relationship scale with Damian.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's what it was.
Because she's like, Lloyd the whole time was like, hey, you need to become friends with him. And so this is definitely not going to help her become friends with him. But who knows? Maybe Damian's into that weird
I was going to
shit.
say, maybe he's like, I thought I was saying it's going to be an anime trope where it's like, I'm bullying you, but I'm a tsundere, so I like you at the same time. So that's probably what's going to happen. That's exactly what I was thinking too.
It's gotta be, or it just could be just like a rivalry, and maybe that's just what it is the whole time. They're just rivals.
It could go so many ways because it's like I never know what the fuck. Usually I can get a good prediction on like what happens in these stories, but this one's just so fucking wacky. I don't even know.
Yeah, it's like anything could happen. Who would have thought that Anya would punch him day one?
Yeah, I want to say I don't want to say I knew that was coming, but it's just like the training.
Yeah,
like, I didn't see the punch coming so soon, but I'll take it though. That shit was wild. I was laughed my ass off.
Yeah,
LMAO.
That's 2 punches we've seen so far to important people. So far, Mr. Swine got punched.
Mr. Swine got punched, but that was by Mr. Elegant, so it wasn't by the family, but he deserved that one. And then second punch, was Anya, who I think that's a great second punch for the entire series.
So I wonder if like now maybe Damian's dad, the main target, maybe I might meet with them anyway and be like, hey, why'd your son punch my fucking...
Oh, that's pretty good. Or like maybe he's going to keep an extra eye. He's like, I need to keep an eye on this Forger family because she's already assaulted my child.
Yeah. So this is going to be a gateway somehow into them finally meeting. So I don't even know what is going to happen when he meets him. Like, is he just going to interrogate him or like...
it's like, are you going to straight up just be like, oh, here he is, bang.
Yeah, or kill him.
Is that the whole point? Like, is that what you're supposed to do? It's like, you're supposed to... Is that how you stop the war? Because that's the other thing, too. It's like, you're supposed to make her an Imperial Scholar while trying to, like, stop this war from happening.
Yeah. I don't even know if, like, he needs to kill him. That's not the objective, right? Isn't it just to get, like, information?
I think it is, because he's just, like, a spy, so I think his thing is just to get intel, and that's what he's supposed to do, so they can, like, figure out what their plan is.
Damn, what if Yor gets assigned him and just has to...
Just fucking offs him and ruins the whole mission?
And he's like,
damn, that'd be pretty
intel.
Good.
And they're like, how did she die? We gotta figure out how he dies, and now Lloyd has to investigate.
Lloyd has to investigate how he died. Dang.
That'd be crazy.
Some late game predictions. I still like the prediction that Lloyd and Yor are gonna end up against each other towards the end. I think that's a pretty solid prediction for the end. We're still in the first leg of the anime. We're only on episode 6 out of what we're hoping is 23 episodes.
Yeah,
so quarter of the way there.
I think it's 24 episodes. 24 episodes, but they also did announce earlier this week that the second core of it's going to be in fall.
Oh, okay, so we are going to get a little bit of a break.
So I think we're going to get 12 and then break 12 more.
Okay, which is fine by me.
Yeah.
Because I know they did that with a few other animes in the last cycle that we had.
Yeah.
Which I was fine with. I just don't like waiting a year or two
for
the next part. Because it gives you like all that time for like people who read the manga and shit like that to post things. And then it just ruins everything.
Yeah.
No offense to manga readers, but slight offense.
But you guys know who you are. You guys like to spoil things. That's nobody, manga readers. Hey, you want to know who dies at the end? That's literally them. So, we're getting to the first 12 episodes, I'm assuming. So we're halfway through the first part of it. I'm assuming if it's going to be 12 episodes, this was episode 6.
Yep.
So halfway through, still bangers all the way through. Still keeping us on the edge of our seats.
Even the filler episode wasn't in it, I didn't feel deterred at all. And even this episode, same thing. Like, I'm not deterred at all. I wasn't like, man. I was like, I was still able to watch this episode 4 times. Like, to catch all the details and still enjoy every minute of it. So whatever they're doing, it's fucking working. Keep it up.
Yeah. I do admit though that I forget like the main objective sometimes. I'm like, oh yeah, he has to do that. I forgot.
You forget that they're spies and
assassin.
Like you're just like, oh, this is a nice family thing. Like you don't even think about it. Even when he brings up like the spy shit and stuff like that, you're like, right, you're a spy.
We definitely need to get your assassination next episode.
That has to be coming soon.
Because the whole time Lloyd's been doing his job.
Yeah, but where's your job?
Shit. So she has to do something. So she might need to find a target for the next episode and try to find a way to sneak out of it. I don't know. Is he just like, I'm going out of town or what?
Because like, does like her boss have her new number, her location? Does she know where she is? Did she just drop off the face of the earth? Like, who knows?
That's true. Yeah. So I think that's what I would want for the next episode.
We still need to see Yuri, the brother.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Still haven't seen him. But I think they're trying to focus on the school part first. And now that we're in the school, they could probably just start segueing those things in every other episode or so.
Because now that Anya will be kind of occupied, I guess. She'll be at school, so now it gives them time to like do their adult shit while she's at school.
So then I wonder, are they going to do the episode split then too? Are they going to be like Lloyd and yours part, and then like second half of the episode be like Anya in school? Are they just going to flash back and forth?
Oh yeah.
Because I was like, those things that kind of make it hard to follow. Like if you're flashing back and forth between like Anya in school, Lloyd doing spy thing, you're doing assassin thing, like I think it'll be kind of hard to follow in that sense. So we'll see how they take it.
Yeah, we will see. So yeah, that was episode 6 of SPYxFAMILY. However you want to pronounce it. I've heard it both ways. I still don't know yet. I just want to call it Spy Family because Hunter.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's because the whole Hunter thing. I just
Christian wants to call it SPYxFAMily because he likes extra work.
I like being extra.
That's true.
Extra.
So yeah, that's the episode review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our review here. If you want to watch the rest of our episode reviews, they're going to be in the playlist. You can watch them here. We're going to be doing this all season long, so at least 6 more episodes. And let us know down below what your favorite part was, your least favorite part, all that fun stuff. And subscribe, follow us. The rest of the information is down below. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for hanging out.
Punch.